Okay, so we're going to do homework for tonight again. We started a story in camp, but we didn't have a chance to finish it, so we're going to finish it right now. And the story goes as follows. During the times of the second Bet HaMikdash, there were many different kings. There was Persian kings, there was then Greek kings, Macedonian kings, but there were also Jewish kings. Now, even though there were Jewish kings, not always were they good. Sometimes they were amazing, other times they were not so great. One of those kings was a great-grandchild of the Maccabees. His name was King Yanai. And King Yanai was married to a lady by the name of Shalomit Alexandrite. Now, King Yanai, the king of Eretz Yisrael, the king of the land of Israel, at the times of the second Bet HaMikdash, was a very powerful king, a very strong king. But as much as he was a strong king, he was also a Kohen Gadol. He was also the person that would bring the Karbanot to Hashem. He would light the menorah on the Bet HaMikdash, and he would also take care of many other things. He was in charge of the kingdom. He would go to war. He would make sure that everybody's paying their taxes, and he was a very powerful person. Now, something happened. There was a group of people called the Tzedokim, or the Baisusim. We're going to just refer to them as the Tzedokim. And you could think of the Tzedokim as a group of little mean people. You see, the Tzedokim would constantly go, and they would constantly try to tell people to stop listening to the Talmidei Chachamim, to stop listening to the leaders of the Jewish people. They'd say, "Why are you listening to the rabbis? The rabbis? Don't listen to them. You know, the only Torah that's the real Torah is the Torah that's written on paper. If it's not written on paper, it's not the real Torah." You see, they didn't believe in Torah Sheba'al Peh, which means the Torah that Moshe Rabbeinu taught us by Har Sinai, that was told to the Jewish people over there. Like how we wear our tefillin, where we wear our tefillin, how we put up a mezuzah, where we put up the mezuzah, how we make food on Shabbat. Are we allowed to have candles on Shabbat? Are we not allowed to have candles on Shabbat? A lot of these halachot Moshe Rabbeinu taught where? Inside Torah Sheba'al Peh. He told it to the Jewish people. It wasn't written down on paper. It was told. These Tzedokim, they came and they said, we don't like the rabbis, because the rabbis are the ones that know what Moshe Rabbeinu said, because they were the ones that learned it. They studied it from their teachers and their teachers and their teachers, like we learned in Pirkei Avot. From Moshe to Yehoshua, from Yehoshua to the Zekanim, from the Zekanim to the Nevi'im, and from the Nevi'im to the Anshe Knesset HaGedolah, which, by the way, is around this time of this story. A little bit after this is when that happened. Now, these Baisusim, these Tzedokim, these Jewish men, unfortunately, that wanted to get rid of Torah Sheba'al Peh, and then wanted the people not to learn Torah, and wanted the people not to listen to Hashem. These people, they said, the people, they're not listening to us. It's not fair. We want the people to listen to us. So they decided, if they can't get all the people to listen to them, they'll just get the powerful people to listen to them. The people like kings. And so they started targeting to try to get King Yanai to listen to them. So they went to King Yanai and they brought him a gift and said, here's a chocolate cake. Here's gold and silver. King Yanai, here you go. And obviously, people like getting gifts. So King Yanai started to become friendly with them. Then they came to King Yanai and they said, you know, King Yanai, the rabbis, they don't like you. Yeah, I heard they said King Yanai stinks. You don't stink. But I heard they say that. Yeah. And they started to make up things that the rabbis never said. Like that the rabbis hated King Yanai, which is not true at all. The rabbis did not hate King Yanai. The only thing they didn't like was that he was Kohen Gadol, and even that was not so much of a problem. What happened? King Yanai started to get older and older, and he started spending more and more time listening to these tzedokim. And the tzedokim, one day, there's a big party. And at the big party, all the rabbis are there, the tzedokim are there, everybody's there. It's a big, big party. Big celebration. They just had a war, and King Yanai won the war, and so they made a big party. Woohoo! Party time! And what happened? One of the young rabbis said King Yanai shouldn't be Kohen Gadol. And this made King Yanai very angry. And he said, I don't like that they said that to me. Now, King Yanai was getting older. But the worst thing was not that he was getting older, but that he was spending more and more time listening to the tzedokim. And he said, you know what? Maybe the tzedokim are right. Maybe the rabbis really don't like me. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to get rid of all the rabbis. No more rabbis. And unfortunately, King Yanai started to plan to kill the Talmidei Chachamim and get rid of them. And he started listening more and more to these tzedokim, these evil men. Now his wife, Shalomit Alexandrite, was a very great woman, a very, very sweet lady, but also a big tzaddikat. She was a great, great woman. And one of the things she realized is the life of any rabbi in Eretz Yisrael is in major danger. It's very dangerous. And she had a brother that was a great Talmid Chacham. Her brother's name was YEHUSHUAH Ben Parachya. Say it with me if you're at home. YEHUSHUAH Ben Parachya. And YEHUSHUAH Ben Parachya was a big Talmid Chacham. He would learn Torah. He would teach Torah. He would lead the Jewish people. All of a sudden, he gets a message from his sister, the queen, Shalomit Alexandrite. And the messenger comes and drops the letter off with him and leaves quickly. And he quickly comes to take a look at the letter. And he opens the letter and he reads in Lashon HaKodesh, Oy, oy, oy. The king is going to get rid of the Talmidei Chachamim. He's listening to the tzedokim. And in the letter, she told her brother, YEHUSHUAH, Rabbi YEHUSHUAH, leave Eretz Yisrael. It's not safe for you here anymore. The king of the Jewish people, the king in Eretz Yisrael, wants to get rid of the Talmidei Chachamim. You need to run to a different country. And YEHUSHUAH ben Parachya said, Oy, oy, oy. And quickly they could see soldiers down the road. And he says, Talmidim, come quickly, quickly. Grab a bag, grab your tefillin, grab your talit, grab whatever you need quickly. We need to leave the yeshiva quickly. 1, 2, 3. They quickly got their stuff. They snuck out the back door, and they had to sneak all through the forests. They couldn't go on the main roads. They had to sneak through the forests and the desert and the rivers until they finally came to Egypt, to Mitzrayim. And when they came there, they said, we can't go back to Eretz Yisrael. It's not safe for the Talmidei Chachamim. And unfortunately, boys and girls, any Talmid Chacham, any great rabbi, or even regular rabbi that stayed in Eretz Yisrael ended up getting executed. They killed them, unfortunately. It was very, very, very sad. And as a result of this, YEHUSHUAH ben Parachya did not want to come back to Eretz Yisrael. Not until he knew it was safe for him and his Talmidim. All of a sudden, after about 5 or 6 years, he gets a letter one day. And he quickly opens up the letter. The king, Yanai, has passed away. He died. He was an old man and he passed away. And his son is too young to be the ruler of Eretz Yisrael. His son is way too young to be the ruler. He was only like 7 or 6 years old. So, instead, the ruler of Eretz Yisrael is the king's wife, the queen, Shalomit Alexandrite. So he says, amazing! And he knew that she would get rid of all these evil decrees, which is exactly what she did. She got rid of the evil decrees against the Chachamim, and she said all the rabbis should come back to Eretz Yisrael. It's safe for them now. And YEHUSHUAH ben Parachya said, Mazal Tov, we're going back to Eretz Yisrael. Hooray! Now, we have a very important story, and there's a second part to the story, but it's already really, really late. So tomorrow, I'll tell you part 2. Please remember to do your homework, listen to the story, and have a good night. Don't forget to say Shema.